welcome back in, and a warm welcome to Mitch, who now joins us on the set, the voice of Kansas baseball.
Yes.
And so first, we want to ask Mitch, how'd you go through that process? How'd you get the job?
Well, it was a long process coming to KU here from JUCO, playing ball at a JUCO at KCK-CC. Came here and just started off with some simple stuff with KJHK. Wanted to volunteer as much as possible. Was fortunate enough to work with Bob Newton this fall. Great guy, great to be around, just a lot of knowledge, and applied for the spot, and here I am today, right here. So.
And
Awesome.
you said you played baseball in JUCO, and then now you also have a podcast as well on kjhk.org, Around the Bags. Talk about that a little bit with your knowledge as playing baseball before.
Yeah, playing baseball. I mean, I played baseball my whole life growing up. It's what I was always very passionate about. And when I joined KJ, I thought, hey, why not make a podcast? We'll cover a little bit of the Royals and Major League Baseball as well. So Thomas Lemansky co-hosts that, and come a long way in that. But we're up to speed, and we're ready to come at it again this year.
Let's get talk about some of the season.
Right.
Who are a couple players you're watching for as the season approaches on Friday?
Yeah, it's getting here, and right now, I mean, Ben Krauth, that's a guy, he's going to be probably the dominant pitcher. He was the newcomer of the year last year after transferring out of a junior college.
Right.
He went 7-5. He's got a great slider, good fastball, a great changeup, best changeup on the staff. He's a guy that's going to come in and throw strikes. 80 strikeouts last year, 80 plus. And then looking at the middle of the infield, Colby Wright missed a lot of games due to an oblique injury last year. Him and Matt McLaughlin, watching them play up the middle, they are just smooth and they have a lot of fun. And you can tell, you know, they communicate very well, and that's something you really need in the middle of the infield. You need guys that can communicate really well, guys that can get a quick release, turn double plays, and that's what they're going to do. They're very good.
All right, so going into this season, you talked about a few of those key players, but what do you think the biggest difference is going to be from last season to this season?
Well, last year you have a guy in Connor McKay and also Blair Beck. You lose some power there. So Coach Price has talked a little bit about how, you know, looking at how the Royals use their success with the speed, moving guys over, bunting for base hits, things like that, stealing bases. And they have a couple guys that have the ability to do that. Devin Foyle's a guy, probably the fastest guy on the team, runs around a 6'6", 60, which in baseball terms, that's a very fast runner. Also, Joe Maroney, a captain outfielder, he's going to try to steal a lot of bags as well this year. So a little different, not as much power in this lineup, but you return a great hitter in Michael Tinsley, great hitter in Matt McLaughlin, and I think they're going to be just fine.
You mentioned Joe Maroney, one of those captains that Coach Price listed. We're going to see a quote here. What do you think about the captain's choices and why Coach Price, you think, went with those four guys?
Ben Krauth, I mean, that's just a guy. He's just a bulldog pitcher. He wants the ball the whole time on the mound, and he wants to go 7+ innings every time. You look at Joe Maroney, a guy that just works hard every day, and it goes for all of them, really. I mean, you know, there are several other guys on this team that could very well have been named captains. Colby Wright's a very good vocal leader. He's not afraid to say anything on the diamond. He's going to let guys know what is up. He's going to keep his team accountable. So great choices there by Coach Price in all three of them.
Awesome. Okay, so expanding outside of KU, what are you thinking about the Big 12, talking about the Big 12 polls for this coming year?
Well, the Big 12, just like basketball, it's going to be very tough in baseball. You have a team in Oklahoma State that's in the top 10 coming up. TCU is always a very good team, and College World Series appearance last year, they're going to come into this season ranked 18th, and then also Oklahoma is going to come into the season ranked 21st. So a lot of challenges, but the good thing is that they're going to be challenged early on playing Oregon State when they go down to surprise Arizona. And that'll be a great measuring stick to see kind of where they're at and how they really do size up against some really good opponents.
Yeah, last year they had some issues with the pitching line of injuries, and they have the same issues this season. So Crowd's going to have a lot of there's gonna be a lot of dependence on him. So talk about those other two guys in the rotation. How are they gonna fit into the system?
Yeah, right now Ben Krauth will obviously be the Friday starter. He's the #1 guy. A lot of strikeouts, good strikeout to walk ratio. We kind of mentioned that. Also a very good pickoff move as well. Right now, it's looking like John Hander is going to be the #2 guy. Coach Price wanted it to be Sean Rakowski, but due to injury, a thumb injury, that won't be available. That he's out for the year. A very unfortunate case of events there. And right now, the #3 is kind of up for grabs. There's a couple guys that really pound the strike zone. LeBon is a guy, throws 88 to 94. He could be a #3. Right now, Coach Price is just going to have to kind of figure it out as he goes.
Well,
Awesome.
Mitch, thank you for joining us. For all our viewers, you can listen to Mitch at KUathletics.com/listen, correct? You can follow him and be jealous that he gets to travel to all these nice places like California, Arizona, and you can also catch his podcast Around the Bags, as mentioned, on KUGH.org. Thank you for joining us, and we'll be back to talk about men's basketball.